Set number 3, here we go. And he needs to engage them, give them something.
15-0.
It's going to get them more involved in this match. Djokovic has done such a good job of keeping them out of it.
For a number of years at Roland Garros, when he was getting beaten by Nadal year after year, really showing little reaction, wasn't he, in those losses? And a few people commented we needed to see a bit more of Federer.
He's just missed it.
Maybe a bit more emotion. Annoyed, whether it's making a comment just to himself, or even looking up the other end and kind of.
I would like to see him say something to Novak.
Exactly, exactly.
Can you keep playing this well? You know. Maybe tongue in cheek, but get the message across there somehow, Mark.
He's got to be able to unsettle Novak.
Forehand is caught a little late.
40-30. Federer. New ball, please. First game, third set.
And in hindsight, to be able to start the match off by winning when he won the coin toss, holding serve in that very first game, but electing to return serve, and it really set the tone. It's been so much traffic in the way of this man here.
As you can hear, crowd very much behind Federer, but Djokovic has got used to it. He said it many times. He said it after the US Open that Federer has earned the respect from the tennis audience because of the way he's played the game. The fact that he wins so much, that he's so easy on the iron. He's such a great guy. And he understands that that's going to be the case, and he's accepted that mentally. But I think that also motivates him to try and achieve
15-0.
what Federer has achieved, Mark.
His standard. This is probably a direct result that he's trying to get to this level so that it embraces him closer to the crowd. Those desperate times for Federer.
15-0.
And that's what it is about, coming forward. There's never any guarantee that you're going to have a 100% record. Desperate stretch volley.
And Novak leading the applause. Should have been worth a bonus point. just trying to see which way Djokovic was going to move, and he didn't. Roger ended up faking himself out. It's definitely a missed opportunity there for Federer.
And still what makes this match so compelling is, can Djokovic make the third set similar to the first two sets? We know that Federer is not going to go away. Still plenty of drama around the match.
I mean, we both know how difficult it is to maintain this kind of level over the course of 3 sets. In fact, the best I ever saw from Roger was against Andy Murray, semi-finals of Wimbledon. That level for 3 sets, I've never ever seen Roger play it. It was the best shot making from the Swiss in all the matches I've ever commentated on.
Again, Djokovic.
I've seen him play incredible tennis for 2.5 sets.
1 game.
Never the base level of play. It was almost a perfect 10.
That's it up.
That's a body serve. Might not get the free one, but you'll get that short reply. Needed a 60-degree wedge there, Mark. Tough shot to hit, isn't it?
Well, it is when you look up at the scoreboard and you're being whitewashed as far as the scoreline.
Does it affect somebody like Federer when he looks up at the scoreboard, or does he think, I've got all these records, I want just about everything that there is to win in the sport?
Well, it looks like the mind is still activated because he's trying to redirect these serves, more into the body now. A few more attempts to get to the net.
Good start to this third set. Federer starting to engage the fans. But he's down 2 sets to love. But he's up 2-1 in the third.
Get out of my face, please.
Fans are coming back next year. Why not take the Blackmore's Wellbeing Check? Wellbeingcheck.com.au for your chance to win a VIP trip to the 2017 Australian Open. Start your journey to Wellbeing now with Blackmore's.
Tie.
66 minutes these guys have been at it. It's day 11 of the 2016 Australian Open. Women's final was set a little earlier today. Angelique Kerber will take on Serena Williams. Novak Djokovic now in pole position to cement his spots in Sunday's showpiece final.
Very short, spinning second serve. The only plus for Djokovic is that it got up very high. So, Robbie, what's your opinion there of Ljubicic and Severin Luthi there? Do you think that's still like a transition mode? Why Ljubicic is sitting in the second row as opposed to sitting next
alongside?
To? Yeah.
I don't think about those things.
Yeah, Djokovic.
Suggesting that Ivan is still in the economy class. He's waiting for that upgrade to first. Yeah, I mean, I watched it. Both of the practices. Today's warm-up and 2 days ago for Roger. And it was Ivan who was more the hitting partner, and it was Severin who was on the same side of the court as Roger. All the interaction was with Severin. Ivan was on the other side of the court. It's so difficult to understand the dynamic just from that, 30-minute hit.
Mm-hmm.
But I do ask myself the question, is it a microcosm of what's actually happening on a full-time basis? At the moment, that I do think Ivan will be playing second fiddle for a while till he gets comfortable with how everything works, what the feedback is like to Roger, how he likes to get fed the information. You heard Roger speaking the other day with Jim after his last match against Kay, speaking in glowing terms about how important Severin has been in his tennis career the last 8 years.
That's 15.
It's been one of the differences tonight. All the decision-making from Novak has been good. Hasn't been the case for Roger. Once again, they're choosing the wrong side.
Just getting over the top of the ball there on that volley. An exceptional return.
Jaw-dropping stuff. And I think there's been an official Human Torch sighting on Rod Laver Arena, and it comes in the form of Novak Djokovic. Federer's got that. And that was interesting. First time you've seen Novak a little tentative on the forehand.
Perhaps a better position for Federer up at net there. He was much more settled, was able to pick off The passing shot cross court.
Where's he been hitting that passing shot with the forehand for the most part?
Most of the time it has been down the line.
He chose the slightly more conservative option on that break point, and he paid the price for it.
Certainly felt like he had the options though, you know, line
Yes,
as well as the
definitely.
head, overhead.
Federer saves a break point in the fifth game of the third set. Gets his nose back out in front. 3-2 he leads. This kind of games can only help Federer. I think it almost helps the fact that you were down a break point and able to save it, because it just makes your opponent think a little bit more than if Roger had held to love there, Mark.
Well, it certainly would have almost closed the door on Federer's hopes of whether he sneaks a set, maybe even 2 sets, but a bit of a surprise to just run the risk behind the second serve coming in.
Time.
Beautiful skyline here, Melbourne. The lights shining brightly as we come back to one of the great sporting precincts. I think we're in all of the 4 majors that we play.
Well, I think it's one of the greatest, if not the greatest sporting city in the world. Logistically, it is so well organized as Melbourne.
Thank
so
you.
many different arenas within great proximity of one another. So easy to get to and from the city. There's all these arenas, both
15
Hisense, RLA and the Margaret Court Arena, with the retractable roofs. They become multi-purpose facilities. I think we had the FINA World Championships here a couple of years ago. Big concerts over at the Hisense Arena. Victorian government works very closely as well with Tennis Australia, don't they, Mark?
They do. They've funded the whole sporting complex here, of course, the soccer stadium, MCG, home to many a cricket victory over South Africa. So it was that shot, the backhand up the line, that kind of opened the match up against Thomas Berdych the other night. And this is the first ever time that he's been at 15-30 on the Djokovic serve.
I mean, are we calling it a gilt-edged opportunity just yet? Probably. controlling that net.
And again, something up the middle of the court. A couple of options available for Djokovic. Chose the cross court.
Great dynamic balance. And finally, Federer starting to electrify this crowd. For the first time in this match, he's got break points. It's taken him 1 hour and 16 minutes to fashion them.
(30-40). Net for service.
Direction of serve going to the backhand side of Federer.
I think he's going to change it up here, Mark. He's going to go with that slider. Cannot miss there. It's interesting.
Yes.
Djokovic, as things have got a little tighter in this third set, hardly used that backhand down the line.
No.
Just happy to go cross court.
Maybe just saving for it. He's got to get into the position. It's got to be around the baseline, if not inside, to actually hit it at a premium. Again, focusing on that Federer backhand side. Less lethal if he lands a first serve, Djokovic.
There again, early on in the match, we saw him rip that backhand down the line for a winner.
Advantage.
I think he's just gone into a slightly more default setting, conservative mode. This is where Djokovic gets himself into a little bit of trouble. Open the door here again for Federer. To see him maybe just stay on the point a little longer. Was that the right time to go for it?
Well, I certainly was on. Look at his court position there, healthy. Set the point up with taking the pace off the backhand, allowing him to find his balance in the rally.
In fact, he's going to the Novak forehand again.
Certainly less pace from Federer in these last few rallies. But if you're going to try and slow ball, offer some junk up to the other end, still got to be able to not hit too many floaters there. That was just up the middle, easy pickings for Djokovic.
Too good.
Court positioning has changed. We can see Djokovic there. Federer much more stronger, a bit more presence around that baseline. And we're usually praising Djokovic for his position there, not backing off of the baseline.
The longer this game goes on, Mark, the more meaningful it becomes. It's a little slider that you've allowed all tournament. Court surface really is responsive to it, just sliding away. Mark, of course, has been out here playing in the Legends event. It's like the first hand of experience of the court surface.
Yes.
134, so should be able to give Federer time to dance around and hit the explosive forehand. Oh.
Advantage Djokovic.
It's too good. Again, the focus from Djokovic onto the Federer backhand.
Not an easy shot for a single-hander.
Certainly isn't, but he was able to push him forward. You see that one or two quick steps. He's about halfway between the baseline and the service line, making sure that he gets it in his strike zone.
This game nigh on 10 minutes now.
There's plenty left. The spring, the speed, and those 34-year-old legs.
Do not count him out just yet. How good was that?
Mr. Djokovic on the left service line. Almost call out.
I haven't seen much of Pascal Maria in this match so far. It's a good thing always. It's in. 99% out is 100% in our sport. Good challenge. I mean, if you're Federer, you're looking for the backhand again.
You'd have to. Djokovic hasn't changed in this game.
He's got him! Finally! Roger Federer is able to punch some holes in Novak Djokovic.
Federer leads.
Federer going with the off forehand again, awfully close there.
So that's only part of the work done. He's got to back it up here.
Love 15.
That shot as good as anyone.
15 all.
The way he moves through this shot on contact. Slightly open stance with the left leg then coming through. The hop takes place on the right leg. Simple technique, but very effective.
Change of pace maybe from Djokovic there, just amped up the final forehand. Hard into Federer. Lifted it long over the baseline.
Court position better in this game already from Djokovic. Aggressive, tight to the baseline. Federer needs a few more of those. Count there the number of aces on one hand for Federer so far. Federer at his very best.
Fantastic finish, obviously, with the forehand. The small opening there for Djokovic. He had it. Federer out wide, played the backhand defense, and Djokovic still on the baseline.
Oh, what a turnaround after breaking in the sixth game. Federer cements the hold and leads 5-2 here in the third.
5 games to 2.
And it's interesting you mentioned that shot, because I was just thinking about it as well, Mark, because on the break point when he did come and he was a little tentative with the forehand volley. Heavy-handed, Federer eventually ran it down, hit the little flick cross-court winner. I'm just wondering if the backer losing that point, whether he was hesitant to come forward.
And that was all part of many years ago, just having it so it's there for him to be able to selectively choose when to come forward, to make it, you know, just part of it. It was he would find times where Djokovic would come forward, maybe lose the point, and it would, confidence would just stop him from ever venturing forward again. And certainly felt there was just that slight chance. So I'm glad, Robbie, you also felt that was an opportunity that maybe slid past Djokovic. It's an intuitive move to be able to come forward. You have to be able to see up the other end, recognize that your shot has done some damage, that it's going to get a defensive response, and you're moving forward.
Crowd certainly engaged here on Rod Laver Arena now. This is becoming a contest, 2-5. The opening 60 minutes, it really was one-way traffic. Djokovic was pummeling Federer into submission.
was so on fire, wasn't he? Djokovic.
15-0.
Federer's been able to put some of those flames out. Still smoking. We all know where there's smoke, there's fire. If Djokovic can strike back here in this latter stage of set 3.
See the shot placement of his backhand this set versus the first two, because again he's hardly used the backhand down the line.
Djokovic.
Yep.
Mr. Djokovic on the court on the right near side for what's called out.
Almost a contrast between these two as well in the challenges. Djokovic usually quite precise with these. Federer often. Oh, that's caught it again. Federer not always seeing the ball correctly. Just kind of throws it out sometimes, just as a matter of using some of those challenges.
Yep. Check challenge, as I like to call them.
Again, Djokovic.
Just what Novak would have wanted. A nice speedy hold, get the balls to the other side of the net.
5 games to 3.
Put the pressure right back on those broad shoulders of the 17-time major champion. So the moment of truth in set number 3 for Federer. Can he serve it out?
Not quite the same velocity with the return from Djokovic there.
What does your gut tell you? Federer going to hold serve here or not? Yes or no?
No.
I'm with you. I'm not going to be popular with Federer fans, but that's my gut feel. And I want him to hold because I want more tennis.
Very true. You guarantee that 96% of the crowd here will certainly be wanting.
Don't sell him short. 100%. First time he's used that backhand down the line.
Mr. Federer is turning the corner on the right baseline. Ball was going in.
That's why it's so nice to have two hands on the shot mark. You can use that left hand to create that additional spin and get that ball up and down quickly. It's one of those line-licking backhands.
That's yours. Mr. Federer has 2 challenges remaining.
It tastes so good. America was looking for a bit of divine intervention there. Oh, that was nice. Out of nowhere, a little bit of S&V on the second delivery. He knows all about that.
40-30.
Key moments. We've only seen maybe, I'm talking 3 or 4 times, has Federer thrown in that serve volley behind the second serve.
Set point, Federer. Oh, he has used the full dimensions of the court there.
Yes.
Mixed in was the Djokovic backhand up the line, cross court, and then forehand cross court. Just cozying up to the sidelines.
Has he made it? I think he has.
Advantage. Federer.
Second set point.
Djokovic channel call on the left center service line. Ball was called in.
Let's take a trip into the cartoon kingdom of Hawkeye. Oh, it's out. No ways. Bring the heart rate down.
Yes.
Margins in our sport so small.
Let it. First service. Advantage. Federer.
Third set point for Roger. He's done it. Federer has taken the third set. It took 45 minutes. He reduces the arrears. Djokovic leads by 2 sets to 1. Game on. Well, I tell you, just having a look at the stats, one of the most amazing things there was the difference between Federer on first and second serve. He was only winning 57% of the points on first serve, 70